I'm sorry for not doing a summary in a long time because I get distracted by other Transformers subjects, but here we are summarizing the 7th chapter of the Covenant of Primus, so this is everything you need to know about the Golden Age and the Aligned Continuity. The Golden Age is a time period in Cybertronian history in Transformers Prime when society was at its peak. They were colonizing worlds, trading, and thriving as an intergalactic society. The Golden Age ends when a plague spreads between the colonies and Cybertron closes all portals to prevent the homeworld from getting infected. After this closure, society becomes oppressive, and that is what motivates Megatron and starts the war we see in Transformers Prime. Now let's go through summarizing the chapter itself. Cybertronians just kicked Quintessons off their planet, and the Quintessons left behind a bunch of technology that they used to speed up development. In the first half of this age, a big generation of Cybertronians emerge from the Well of All Sparks, and society expands and even starts creating different religions. The stories of the Primes feel more like myths now, and the stories get reinterpreted and even joked about. Cybertronians use space bridges to check out other planets, and they decide to colonize other planets that are usually lifeless. They look for planets with rare resources, and many times they use a conversion beam to cyberform worlds to be more metallic so they are more similar to home. Ultimately, Cybertron forms more than 200 colonies. Now, because it takes a lot of energy to open space bridges, they don't actually hold these portals open all the time, and only use them when necessary or at low power to send communications. But they find that they have to keep opening these portals all the time because the colonies are just so reliant on their homeworld for supplies. They decide they need to figure out a way to put mini wells of Allsparks on these colony worlds. They think it would be awesome to produce Transformers life not native to the homeworld. When it comes to colonizing worlds, bots are quite free to choose where to go. Oftentimes Cybertronians have their disputes and conflicts, but it is easy for them to go live on another planet with like-minded people. But here's the difference between the Golden Age and the oppressive age that follows. The caste system is still in place in the Golden Age. Cybertronians have the conception that what you turn into decides your function, and you won't really be happy doing anything else. But even if a Cybertronian feels oppressed in their caste job right now, they can leave Cybertron. This choice will vanish when the space bridges eventually close. Unlike IDW, aligned Cybertronians are very careful not to destroy life on other planets. The first planet they choose to put a well on is Archon, a rocky planet hit by a lot of solar energy, so the colony can rely on solar power instead of energon. They cyberform the planet and have a huge celebration as they are about to transfer some of the life-giving power of the Allspark in a torch to Archon. Like the Olympic torch, they pass it from hand to hand until it passes through the portal to Archon. Hilariously, Cybertronians also have doomsayers who try to sabotage everything and claim that messing with the well will be the end of them, so Wrecker Police arrests them and Moonracer tranquilizes the rest. Sentinel Prime, considered the planet's leader and keeper of the caste system, is the one to deliver a speech and pull the blinding light into the torch. Blue Streak gets the torch, runs with Prowl to the next bot until the light passes to the final bot on Archon, Metalhawk. Metalhawk drops the light into the hole they made, and it takes so long for the well to light that at first, everyone thinks it failed. But then the well lights up and Cybertron throws the biggest party ever. Things get better and there's no end to the joy. Every month, they create a well on another world. Cybertron is also having very good relationships with alien species, learning from them and definitely not killing them like freaking IDW Cybertronians. Slowly, Cybertron starts to realize there were problems in colonizing the hell out of planets. They are running out of energon to ship to the colonies, and now the creation rate of homeworld Cybertronians is at an all-time low of 10% its usual rate. The colonies simply can't produce their own energon, so the Allspark is limiting the forge rate because energon consumption is not sustainable. Even with its energy divided, the Allspark knows this. The creation rate on colony worlds also drops severely. It all goes terribly wrong, however, the day a cargo ship went missing after leaving eerie messages. They find it just drifting in space, and an investigation team sees that the crew has died of a rust plague, which they identify as an anti-robot nanobot weapon that the crew accidentally uncovered. This weapon was a remnant of a disappeared advanced alien society. The container was degraded and infected the crew, and it spread to the workers at the port and killed over 1,000. Attempts to find a cure have failed, as the plague reduces everything metal to salt and oxides. The plague kept killing scientists who tried to research it. It spreads so fast that many colonies had already accidentally been contacted. Within hours, worlds are panicking as their entire populations die. An infected ship carrying a doctor sends a live camera feed as this Dr. Backburner shows the red rust all over the ship. The walls are full of holes and so are the bodies, and he shows his corroded paramedic named Soaring, who was completely fine 2 hours ago and now looks like this, metal all corroded and on its way to becoming an unrecognizable lump. Backburner knows he's doomed and he is already infected by everything he touched, so he warns everyone before his death to avoid touching ships like this. Meanwhile, more planets are reporting plague cases, some are panicking and lashing out in fear at Cybertron, demanding they do something and find a cure. In a few more hours, the calls are full of people screaming and some are just a white noise. Sentinel makes the call that they have to blow up all space bridges before Cybertron gets infected, and anyone who transports something or anyone through the space bridges will be executed. This is a problem for poor Prowl when he gets the command. I have a mini video just for this short story contained in this chapter. Prowl's old-time friend Bluestreak is currently an Archon, which is infected, but the population is trying to use plasma to quarantine the town. Prowl begs Bluestreak to come through the portal before he blows it up. Bluestreak says he can't do that because he might bring the plague to Cybertron. Prowl is very emotional about this, but then Ironhide shows up. He doesn't want to get Prowl in trouble, although he is breaking the law and holding a portal open. Bluestreak is very stubborn, says his farewell, and Prowl makes himself blow up the bridge. It is easily one of the most emotional scenes in the book, but thanks to Prowl and everyone obeying Sentinel Prime, Cybertron is successfully quarantined. I recommend the mini video talking about Prowl and Bluestreak and my opinion on why these two seem like a couple, and yes, there is a wiki page for Bluestreak, so ignore my confusion at the start of that video. Now after this, we get the Age of Rust, when Cybertronian society goes to shit in its isolation. That will be the next chapter I summarize, and I want to get this book done this year for you. I did all of Exodus last year, so if I can do the Covenant this year, a good goal would be to summarize Exiles next year, which is the second aligned novel talking about Philosotron and Junkion.